Hello everyone and welcome back. So let's import the PTC points. And I'm going to use a transform pieces node. And this is our sim. And what I want to do is I want to add details to this. I wanted to make it feel much larger. And the idea is this. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to create a different version of this that has a lot more details. So I'm going to create a null, and I'm going to object merge this, and then another null, and I'm going to object merge this. Sorry. And then I'm going to copy all this stuff. This as well. Okay, so let's go, and this is my geo, or these are the points. I'm going to actually ray them onto the geometry, make sure everything is on the surface. So closest minimum distance, it's all there, and I'm gonna point replicate these to get more points, and probably ray them again. So let's ray them. Let's point replicate them and then project everything. So I want 10 times more. And the shape is going to be spheres. And I'm going to add noise. And let's make it smaller. And let's ray all of this and use it to Voronoi the geometry. Let's see. Okay, we have a lot of details, and I actually need to ray this onto the deformed geo, so all the points are at the same location. And let's take a look. Okay, so I wanna add more details. So I'm going to create a scatter node and turn off relaxation. I'm going to scatter more points here. Let's say 3000. I'm going to merge them with this. I want a lot of pieces. I'm going to Voronoi everything now. Okay, something like that. And let's restore. Yeah, it's fine. We'll leave it at that. And I don't need to visualize this. And the idea is I'm going to create, like we did here, we have this surface. I'm going to create another layer on top of it, but it's thin. So instead of going up, I'm going to go the other way. No, I'm going to go up and then transform this. So let's put down a transform node, 0.1, so it moves above. Okay, and then I'm going to scale it down to 0.02. I want it to be quarter or maybe 0.0, something like this on top of that. And then I'm going to assemble it and call this upres. I'm going to pack it, no constraints, nothing. I'm going to create an RBD bullet solver. This is my RBD sim, and this is my collision geometry. I'm going to make sure that I have a ground as well, so we'll put it at the same level of our original ground. 2.4, okay. And I'm gonna, yeah, we'll leave everything as a default. I'm going to increase the friction here to 3, maybe 4, lower the bounce, 2.05, and that's it. So what's going to happen now, let's hide the collision, show collision, and I'm going to display the actual geometry, and I don't need the ground. So what's going to happen, this is going to be inactive, and let's make sure we delete that active attribute just to be safe. So let's delete it. And this is going to be a static animated geometry. We're going to use the base layer to be a collider for this new sim. That's the idea. I'm not going to change the original sim. So let's go here under solver. Which one? Yeah, use collision, create animated static objects. That's what I need. And now let's display this. And let's put down a, I'm not gonna bother. So let's hit play. It's not gonna be slow at all because we're not simming anything with constraints or anything like that. It's very simple geometry that sits on top of what already has been simmed, and it's going to react to that main layer. So as soon as it's gonna start going up, that pulling of the chain, we're gonna see a lot of interesting details. So it's happening here. And this is how you scale by doing multiple layers with main sim, mid sim, and a small sim, or probably small sim would mean debris or using particles. But as you can see, it's already super quick and it's adding tons of details. So by splitting that crack, the RBD is going to start falling underneath. It's going to work with the ripple. It's going to give us pretty much everything we're looking for. So I'm going to cache this. And let's see. So we can play it at render time, at real time. Want to crop anything. And let's hit play. And obviously we can increase the scale or increase the weight or lower the weight or add more drag or even transfer activation, but I'll show that next week. With the activation, for example, we can say only transform or activate yourself if the underneath layer has a velocity of higher than 1. So anything that hasn't moved yet, those pieces will be inactive up until the underneath layer starts moving. So yeah, something like this. I think if we retime the whole setup, so I'm gonna do it quickly. I'm gonna put down a retime node. I'm gonna slow the speed by 4 times. And I'm going to put down a time blend. Make sure it's blending. The point is name. So here, just to make sure that everything is getting blended with the proper attributes. And I'm going to retime the underneath layer, the top layer. And let's play it. Sorry, not 4. 0.2, 0.25. So 0.25, I wanted to slow it down 4 times. Yep. And it's gonna make it feel larger, obviously. The slower, the larger. That's the trick. But in this case, I would have the proper way. It would be to retime the main RBD layer to 4 times slower, and then let the new RBD sim react in real time. Just tweak it so that it looks natural. This way, you would have one layer that is very, very slow moving, and then everything else is reacting in real time. But you get the idea. So let's hit play. It's gonna feel hopefully a lot larger. Yep. And you see it's super fast as well. Yeah, there's a lot of cool details. So this is the idea. You would take these fragments and then you would put 4 of them, for example, around the spaceship, and just have a segment of the ground that you want to work on, split that, isolate it, and then work on it and add whatever effect you want it to add. All right, thank you guys for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.